Conditions much improved today as we now turn our attention to the combined Moto 3 Supersport 300 race. Mainly 125s making up the grid. There's a few 250s as well. In pole position, Dominic Herbertson, Nigel Moore, the evergreen Nigel Moore alongside him. Mike Brown is there as well, Chris Meyer, Carl Parks, Rob O'Neill. Lee Osprey is in the Supersport 300 class. He's the odd man out in the first wave. Gareth Arnold and Paul Hanratty making up the first wave. Here we go, 86, Nigel Moore, the little wheelie as he gets on the gas and he pulls away already. Great start from Nigel Moore. Also on bike 122, Chris Meyer. Herbertson down into third place from his pole position. This is Mike Brown looking to make a move on Lee Osprey. And making the move stick as well as they power down towards Robbo's. Oh, meanwhile, Herbertson looking for the buy one, get one free. And he has, he's done both of them as they go into Robbo's. So Herbertson goes past Nigel Moore and Chris Meyer. Well, this is that moment again. On board with Herbertson. On the power, slows, hits the brakes, and turns just in time, and then back on the throttle again out of the turn. So Herbertson, having held third position over the first few hundred meters, now up into first place. Herbertson having passed them, now looking to break away. Mike Brown just making his way around through Church Bends. And certainly trying to gain on the two guys, Herbertson and Meyer just ahead of him. Look great and sound great. Of course, as I said, there's two races in one in this. Plenty of riders in the Supersport 300 classes in the second and third waves. Barry Davidson in the second wave. 106 race wins to his name in the Irish national scene. Herbertson leading the Moto 3 from Chris Meyer and Nigel Moore. So Herbertson then coming up through Kennedy's. This long, fast sweeping left, then over the line, and he'll start in the number one position on the leaderboard as they begin this next lap. And it is a handsome lead over Chris Meyer. Nigel Moore just dropping off the pace a little bit. So 2 minutes 7.5 seconds for Dominic Herbertson. Here comes Mike Brown. 7 seconds down on Herbertson on that lap. Listen to that throttle blipping as he gets back on it again. Plenty of action going on further down the field. 45 is Lee Osprey, who is still the man in charge in the Supersport 300 class. He leads Barry Davidson, who's second. Darren Duncan is third. Anthony McColgan down in fourth. But here's the man leading overall and leading the Moto 3 class, the 125 of Dominic Herbertson. Brown still holding fourth position ahead of Robert O'Neill. Kyle Parks is in sixth. Paul Hanratty seventh. Gareth Arnold in eighth place. The next strain because they can hear the sound of the two-stroke of Dominic Herbertson. For Herbertson, from Meyer, from Moore, from Brown. They are certainly spaced out at this stage in the race. 7 laps the race distance. Dominic Herbertson enjoyed himself at the Cookstown 100 back at the end of April, and he seems to be enjoying himself here at the end of July at Armoy. Herbertson just hitting his apexes perfectly. And in this form, there's nothing really that Meyer or Moore or Brown can do about him. Number 6 is Kyle Parks. 83, Gareth Arnold. Mike Brown still continues to hold 4th place. But despite having something of a bit of a lonely ride, you can see he's still trying. Oh my goodness, that's a retirement for Lee Hara. So he's only managed to do 2 laps, Lee Hara. Well, he's dominated from start to finish, Dominic Herbertson. Chris Meyer continues to hold 2nd place. Nigel Moore in 3rd. Lee Osprey continues to hold 1st place as well in the Supersport 300, ahead of Barry Davidson. Here comes Herbertson then to take the checkered flag at Armoy. He will win the Moto 3 class. He made something quite difficult look very, very easy. Congratulations then, Dominic Herbertson, race winner in Moto 3. Mike Brown, no podium for him this time. So this is how it finishes then. In the Moto 3 class, Dominic Herbertson, a dominant display from Chris Meyer, Nigel Moore 3rd, Kyle Parks in 4th with Robert O'Neill 5th. This is how it finishes in Supersport 300, and it is indeed victory for Lee Osprey. In 2nd place, Barry Davidson. He won't be adding to his total of 106 wins in Northern Irish road races.